Hi, if we've never met before, my name is Rachel and I like to talk about holistic health, overcoming suffering, becoming your happiest and highest self, spiritual stuff, intimacy, and I don't do too many videos on physical workouts, but I did just finish a free week at HotWorx, so I wanted to share my experience if anyone is curious. If this video helps you, please give it a like, comment what you'd like to see down below, subscribe if you want to hear more, and let's get into it. So the reason I got a free week at HotWorx is because I work at a wellness store and we must have done like an event with them, and then the girl came in and she was like, here's 2 free passes for a week, and I said, I want to take one. And I didn't do it for a month or two, just scheduling wise, but it worked out really, really well. And I just want to share my experience if anyone is curious. For some background, I was an athlete growing up, so I'm not new to activity. Not that that's super telling, but and then I've worked out on and off at gyms, and I like to try different workouts, hence why I want to share my experience with trying this out. I get really bored if I do the same thing over and over again, and I'm not going to be active, so it's really important for me to mix it up and try different things. I'm also just a free spirit, and I love choices, and I like to experience things that I want to because life has to offer them to me, and I get to say yes. This one was really close to me, so that is super convenient. And I walked in there and she said, cool, let's get you set up. And she made an account for me. And then since it was my free week, I had to go when it was staffed, which again worked for me because I had some free time. And then I was like, yeah, I want to do a workout right away as long as I'm there. So I'm sure the locations are pretty similar, but that was the front desk area, and then you went to the left, and then there were 4 saunas right there that were the HIIT, or the high intensity interval training workout saunas, and then on this side were the more isometric exercises that they do. So these exercises are done in saunas, so my number one takeaway is to be hydrated. Hydrate before your workout, hydrate during your workout, and hydrate after. They do say for safety, if it's too much, like just sit down and take a break. There was one day where I didn't finish the entire workout because I was fasting up until that point, and I was like, yo, I don't have enough energy to finish this. And then there was one day where I was just like really lightheaded and needed to step out of the sauna for a minute. So that's something that I think a lot of people don't understand or realize. Like, you can customize your workouts. In this case, I was in the sauna by myself every time. So I know some people get anxious because there's other people in the class. But it's always about taking care of yourself. I mean, any person that's into training and fitness understands that. So please take into consideration taking care of yourself. And then, yeah, I got to pick the classes. So in the sauna, you watch a TV and it's a virtual instructor. Fun fact, I did one cycling class in college and I was like, dang, this is a lot. And then a month or two ago, I did one with a friend at a Lifetime, and it was really hard, but it was kind of fun. So when I went to HotWorx, that's the workout I did after I did the isometric. I did the cycling. Out of the 6, I was supposed to go one day and I didn't feel very good. So out of the 6 days or whatever, I probably did it 4 times because I was already super sweaty and I was like, let's just get it done. So there's cycling, but then there's also rowing, and then there's like thunder, which is like a foot and an arm one, but cycling was my choice. And then for the isometric, I don't know if I'll remember all of those, but the ones I did were iso. So isometric, like holds basically, stretch, buns, and then I did bar. I was supposed to do yoga, but I didn't do that. And there was one other one that I'm forgetting, I think. But there was also upper body, there's a warrior class, there was an abs one. So I think it's pretty cool that you get to isolate different workouts and just work different muscle groups. I really appreciated that. The benefits of doing it in the sauna, I did feel really good after because I sweat so much. I think that's why I kind of got that extra additional high of really working out and feeling a way that I don't normally feel after workouts, or at least I was never kind of more mindful of. So that was cool to notice. And then I did notice just, hot exercise. I did have more range of motion and stretching felt good. But again, like any workout class you go to for the first time, it kind of sucks to be like, whose first time is it? And you raise your hand. But any trainer, even at HotWorx, they always had modifications. So understand and realize that when you want to work out, you can do like the max, like, the hardest variation of an exercise or a move. But you can also do the basics if you're a brand new beginner. And then some people that are super advanced, maybe they had a really rough day and their body hurts. They're just doing the basics. So keep in mind that you can always modify and always be on the variation scale. Like, that's why they do it, right? I love choices. I love choices so much. And some of the days I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this hard thing. And some of the days I'm like, I'm just going to do the basics. So understand that. I know from working with saunas that it's recommended to shower in the first hour after using one for detox purposes. So one of the days I did shower there. Otherwise I showered at home quick. But yeah, highly recommend trying it out if you want to give it a try just for something new. The people that worked there were really nice to me. I was always given you need like a sticky mat and a towel because they're slippery there. Super easy to use, user friendly, which is huge, right? I think that's one of a perk of some of these boutique workout places is like you just show up and you work out. Because if you go to the regular gym, it's like, what do I need to do? If you don't want to think about how do I learn how to use a treadmill? How do I learn how to use these machines? That can be a barrier. So it is pretty cool to just show up and be like, tell me what to do, get in there and do it, be done, go on with the rest of your day. That is something to consider. The hydration piece, like I said, is super important. And then understanding they do have variations and modifications at every level. So if you're beginner, advanced, middle, that is super cool to be a part of, because I have some people in my life that are like super like bodybuilders, like advanced, which is fine. Like what can I learn from them and why are they in my life? But you don't have to be at that level, to start out any fitness or movement activity in your life. I'm gonna finish this and probably go for a walk today outside. Because I know I need to be in nature today. Last night I worked out and I ran a little bit and I sweat big time during cardio and did some strength. Like, again, like I said, I like to mix it up. So that's super important to remember anything you're trying out. And HotWorx, let me have choices. I got to do high intensity cardio as well as, just a stretch or yoga. But even the strength exercises there were, cool and different because you're holding poses for a while in the heat. So that is my review of it. Let me know if there's a HotWorx near you, if you've ever heard of one. Maybe you haven't. Again, I got to do a free week. I don't know what it kind of looks like to drop in or memberships even wise, but I'm really glad that I got to be able to try it out because in the past, I have been like, oh yeah, I want to try working out things, and then I just don't have the motivation and it doesn't happen. So this one just really aligned with where I was at, and I'm glad I did it. I have a sense of achievement too. I was working out last night and I was like, because I've done these last couple workouts in the last week, I'm like, I can do this. So that's also something I don't think I've felt for a really long time. Just, like I said, growing up, I worked out and I was an athlete, and then my body was so sick for a long time. Like, now that I'm moving it again, I'm like, I can do it. So that's pretty cool to notice also. But yeah, I will see you soon. Have a great rest of your day, and thanks for watching. Bye!